that I want to show you here is a tool that you should keep in your toolbox. I want things to be safe. I want things to be effective. Okay? Two major priorities, because I hear way too much. Oh, kettlebells here hurt people. I've heard this from trainers and I've heard this from potential clients. It's not the kettlebell that hurts people. It's improper teaching practices. It's improper body mechanics. And that's what I really want to go over today, is that I want you guys to feel safe and comfortable when you get with a kettlebell, that you're not going to hurt yourself. I also want to give you some options to where, okay, well, I don't have kettlebells available to me. How can I substitute this? Because first off, what are we dealing with here? We're dealing with lines of resistance. Main line of resistance is down, okay? We're dealing with gravity. So really what I would like to do with using the kettlebells is give you an idea that anything that does apply to gravity, you can use. This gets into the whole concept of odd objects lifting. Sandbags, kettlebells, tires, blocks. You've seen all the strongman training. Hands from one side, from there you're going to bring the knees over to the opposite side. And the same thing, opening the chest to the ceiling. Here, over on your stomach, hands straight up to the side. I want you to take your right heel, bringing it up across the body, towards your left hand. Okay? So from here, up and across. Try to keep your chest flat to the floor. Other side, up and across. Right from here, keeping the heels pinned together like you have a bolt through them. Tiny ankle steps. Raising the hips towards the ceiling and standing up again. Feet again, just underneath the head. There are several different styles of lifting. There's the RKC competitive gear sports style. There's a rectilinear style, which is good for starting power. The style that I'm choosing to teach here is a style I was raised in, which is RKC hard style. Okay, which I find to be the safest, most effective for general population as well as athletes. There's nothing wrong with gym sport, but that's basically competitive lifting, which I don't think anybody here is really set to do or has their head to do that. If you do so, let me know. I can get you in touch with people that are into that stuff. The rectilinear stuff is great too. Peter teaches really good rectilinear moves. Again, those are good starting power moves, but what I want to give you guys is good basic fundamentals on how to get these things moving. Everything that we're going to be working with is based off the swing. Okay, it's a curvilinear swing. Now, the advantage to the kettlebell as opposed to a bar is obvious. This can pass my hips. If I take a 45-pound Olympic bar, it's not going past my hips, okay? So from here, when I start to swing, I want to start just slightly behind. You'll see a lot of people start from here and start to swing in this position. I prefer to start the swing from the ground. From here, when I sit back and I put my hands on that belt, the physics dictates that the second I raise that belt up, it's going to come back towards me. From here, I'm loading the hips and extending out, okay? My upper body is relaxed, okay? This is a 44-pound kettlebell. I can't chew a kettlebell at 44 pounds, okay? That is not saying that your torso is relaxed. I'm not bending and hunching, and I'm also not going into hyperextension. I want to think basically, I'm standing straight up and it's coming out the top of my head. The more the bell gets away from my hips, the more effort I have to use. We want to make this lift as easy as possible. It's already an odd object, okay? So, if my force is here and I'm swinging down here, I've got more knee flexion going on than I need. What I want to get is hip extension. I want the hips going back. I want my forearms, for lack of a better term, high to the crotch, okay? The bell should be passing the hips. My chest should be up, forward, shoulders down and back, okay? My torso is compressed. Getting to that point, if you breathe out all the air and your torso loses compression, there's no platform there. This is the basic technique in Olympic lifting, okay? Which is really important. This is actually really good abdominal swing. And I start to hinge at my midsection. Here. See what happens with my spine? You see how the lumbar curve starts to accentuate. Okay? Do that. Okay? Up here. Now you'll see this in GS, like Jira sport. Okay? Tend to keep the torso upright. Now any movement I'm going to do is going to come out of that curvilinear motion. Alright? So the swing is really important. Right chest up. Look down. There. Pull it back through. Snap it. Okay, now we're going on here. Take butt down, back flat, just up. Good. Nice. Snap it. That's it. Okay. Hips all the way forward. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to break it down unilateral. This is where you really start to use more of your torso, okay, because you have to stabilize. Okay, from here, one hand on, other hand. I can't reiterate this enough. Keep it off the leg. Okay, don't cheat. Keep the hand, make a fist, keep it off to the side. From here, okay, switch. Okay, you can switch putting it on the floor. So, get a feel for it. Again, it's exactly the same. I'm stepping back from the bell about 1.5 feet. Don't start dead over. My main force is from the second I initiate that bell, I'm pulling it past me, driving the hips forward. I want my thumb to go from here, turn back. Oh, turn. Exactly. From here. No more extension. This goes down. That's it. Good. Force the inertia on this one. Okay, so straight up and down. Okay? There we go. Chest all the way up. That's it. Good. Let the bell pass your hips. Touch my hand behind you. Honestly, one of the funnest facilities I've ever trained at, because you meet a shitload of really cool people, and it's kind of, you gotta admit, we're in a gym for people who don't like normal gyms, you know? There's something wrong with each and every one of us, which is great. And we're in an awesome environment, in a beautiful country, and we're getting a real chance to take advantage of something that is great. You know, we're doing something that a lot of people sit on bar stools or sit behind desks and say, someday I'm going to do this. And that's the whole thing that I want to get at with your training is, you know, make it a part of your life. It's not, it shouldn't be like, you know, oh, I'm going to do this for the next 3 months and then, you know, then it's going to be all wonderful. No, this is what you need to have this behavior in your life. We need to have a form of play. Somewhere between childhood and adulthood, we lose contact with the playground, and that's where everything goes wrong. And, you know, with the kettlebells, and they seem like hard work, but really to me it's play, because it's become something that's so fun, and I love the results I get from it. I love teaching it to people, and that's one of the reasons I did this, because I love to teach people. I've been lucky enough to train under people like Pavel Tasselin, John Hines, Paul Juris, Jason C. Brown, Pam McElroy, people who have been nothing but open with their knowledge about fitness and, you know, combat sports and all sorts of things like that. And I feel that I have to turn around and do that too. That's why I do stuff like this.